Stop memorizing words. Do this to speak Spanish faster. Hi, my name is Jordan Darko. This is Yo Spanish, the #1 place for business professionals to become conversational in Spanish in 90 days or less. Memorizing words, vocabulary. It's so irrelevant. I'll tell you a story. I met a girl in Colombia. She's learning English. And we were talking about learning English, learning Spanish, the differences and stuff. She showed me her notepad, A4 notepad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, like literally numbers 1 to 50, like just writing it out. And then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then like August, September, like, and it's just like, what is this? I said to her, I was like, you've spent a lot of time doing this, right? She says, yeah. I was like, the amount of time you spent doing this vocab stuff, you could have spent that time doing something else. It's kind of like spending like 10 hours watching nonsense on Netflix versus 10 hours of like working on yourself and self-development. Like, you're just wasting time. Again, vocabulary, sure, you're going to need to know words to be able to fill in the blanks when it comes to making a sentence. But the vocabulary is like the asparagus. You don't say, oh, I'm really looking forward to go to that steakhouse so I can eat the asparagus. No, you look forward to go to the steakhouse because you want to eat the steak. It just so happens that it comes with the asparagus, which is, it's okay, but I want that steak. That's what's driving me to go to the steakhouse. And when it comes to Spanish, when it comes to language, those are the verbs, the action words. Every single sentence has one. You cannot form a sentence without one. If you can form a sentence without one, write it in the comments below without a verb, one sentence without a verb, and I will give you $100. Okay? You cannot do that. It's impossible. So again, if every single sentence has a verb, for sure, at least one, sometimes 2, 3, 4, why not start there? Why start with the vocabulary? Memorizing vocabulary is like getting a fish every day. But what we do is we focus on the sentence structure and how to organize it and structure it and create your own sentences, and that's giving you the fishing net. We give you the tools to become self-sufficient, not so that you're dependent on your tutor to like, oh, how do I say this? How do I say that? How many different words are there in Spanish? How many different phrases are there? There's you can make like billions of combinations. If you want to pick up the language, good luck, okay? Vocabulary is a waste of time. Stop learning vocab, okay? SpanishDictionary.com is everything that you need. It's the Quran, it's the Bible, it's the Torah for Spanish, okay? For learning Spanish, you need SpanishDictionary.com. We have videos inside of the FlowChatMethod, inside Yo Spanish. When you get into the members area, we have videos that show you how to utilize SpanishDictionary.com. There's a lot that you don't want to be using on that, but there's a lot that you can use. So again, we show you how to use SpanishDictionary.com to use the vocab. But when it comes to Spanish, you do not need to be worrying about vocab. Vocab is irrelevant, okay? Start focusing on sentence structure. What are the components of a sentence? Okay, a sentence is made up of different words. What words are they? They are naming words, nouns, describing words, adjectives, action words, verbs, connecting words. Okay, different types of words, and you put them together to create that sentence. Okay, you don't need to be exclusively just focusing on vocab. That's just literally one type of word in a sentence. Okay, and again, the fish versus the fishing net. All right, the goal is to be able to say what you want, whenever you want, however you want. That is the goal. The goal is not to learn as many Spanish words as possible, because otherwise you fall into the category of many of my students that I've taught, and many people that even just DM us and comment on our videos, etc. I know lots of Spanish words, but I just don't know how to piece them all together. Why don't you know how to piece them all together? Because you do not understand the action words, aka the verbs. Okay? We show you about all of the different words inside of a sentence, the different types of words that I've just named, but we also go into great detail and relevant detail with regards to the verbs, because the verbs are like, it's like the knit, it's like what knits everything together. You've got different materials and you've just got the stitching that knits everything together. okay? It's the Velcro. It just knits and sticks everything together. Without the verbs, you just cannot merge the sentences together. It would just be isolated words are thrown around the place. But the verbs and deep understanding of verbs, because verbs are a topic, one whole topic, and subtopics in itself. So once you understand how to really manipulate a verb and all the different variations, which there are more variations in Spanish than English, then now you can take all of the vocab that you've previously learned and now it actually makes sense. Now you can actually utilize the vocabulary that you know. My vocabulary is really good, right? But I didn't get this good vocabulary from studying vocabulary, isolating the words on the page and just Monday, Tuesday, the dog, the cat, the door, the fridge. That's nonsense. You learn how to manipulate the verbs, you understand the structure of a sentence. Do that first, and then when it comes to, oh, what was that? What's the word for the door? I need to take my, I will meet you at the door later, or whatever. The door is like just the least important word in that sentence. I need to meet, or whatever, those are more important, the verbs, okay? And then the words, describing words, connecting words, yes, but not in the beginning. In the beginning, you want to be going as fast as you can, getting the best results as possible, which will come from understanding the verbs. So with the flowchat method, we start you off with most common phrases. 70% of the time when you meet somebody new, you're going to be starting off with those phrases. And then we swiftly go into understanding how to create sentences using verbs. We use 14 variations of 2 different verbs. Just 2 verbs, 14 variations to be able to say what you want to say in the future, present, or past for 5 different people. I, you, he, she, we, and they. Okay, it's very, very powerful. And that's focusing exclusively on the verbs. And then when it comes to, I am going to play golf tonight. Oh, okay, golf is the same in Spanish and English, but what is tonight? I don't know. Spanish dictionary, tonight. Esta noche. Oh, cool. So I am going to play golf, and you just have to vocabulary the word for tonight. Yo voy a jugar golf esta noche, for example, okay? But yo voy a jugar is the most important, the verbs, okay? And you just go and find the vocab when you need it. And now you know what the word is for esta noche, tonight. Oh, so you're going to remember that. So now when it comes to saying something about today, you don't know that word, but you're going to search it. So you learn vocabulary as you go along. You don't learn it from the beginning. That's wasting time. I will never do that with any of my students, ever. I will never, none of our coaches will ever do that with you. You won't even get that in the course or even in the role play. I'm not sitting you down. We're not sitting you down doing vocab. And if anybody is doing that for you, sitting you down and learning vocab and all the time, and just you're wasting your time, you're wasting your money, they're wasting their time, it's just an all-round fail and you're never going to get anywhere. So again, stop learning vocabulary, stop memorizing phrases, okay? One time I was locked out of my suitcase, 3 numbers, 0 to 9. You can make 1,000 different combinations with just those 3 numbers, 0 to 9. 1,000 combinations. So think about how many combinations you can make in a sentence in Spanish. Okay, you can make so many combinations. And if you understand the structures, you can make infinitive sentences and phrases in your head. I can confidently now say a phrase that I have never ever said in my life in Spanish, and I know it's going to come out good because I understand how to mix and match different types of words together in a sentence to form the sentence that I want. And that is the kind of clarity that we give you at the FlowChat method system. At Yo Spanish, okay? It's social Spanish. We call it social Spanish, being able to, confidently conduct yourself in a social setting. Not knowing what you're going to say, not having a pre-prepared script, but you just know that you're flexible enough, you're creative enough to be able to manipulate and formulate and form and create your own sentence whenever you want, however you want, wherever you want, with whoever you want, okay? Again, it comes from clarity, it comes from deep understanding, and that's what we give you with the flowchat method. And I've told you, we give you the phrases, most relevant phrases. We give you those 14 different variations of verbs, okay? 2 verbs, 14 different variations, 14 words. So you can speak in 3 different time frames with 5 different people. Very, very powerful. And every time, I teach it, people are like, wow, Oh, can I take a picture of that document? Oh, can you send me that? Oh, because it's changing the way that you see Spanish. I break things down very easily for you to learn. Okay, I used to teach football to a 9-year-old kid who used to live near my way because his dad always used to see me playing football outside, and he wanted me to teach his little boy who was a little bit overweight and a little bit heavy on his feet, but he loved football. Started coaching him. He got fit. His touch got better, his control got better, his balance got better. He started to move the ball better, dribbling, shoot, everything got better to the point where his coach, his Sunday league football coach, the under nines team, like, wow, your boy's getting really good. What's he doing? Oh yeah, I got a coach near me called Jordan. He's been training him twice a week for the last like month or two. And then I ended up teaching the football team, the under nines team, because I know what to focus on. I know how to get results. It doesn't matter if I'm teaching Spanish. It doesn't matter if I'm teaching football. It doesn't matter if I'm teaching the piano. I know how to get you results. I know where to focus, and I know how to teach that. Okay, and we replicate that with our coaches, and they do exactly what I do. They teach exactly the same way that I teach. Everything is congruent here at Your Spanish. It's not just, oh, that coach is doing their own thing and that coach is doing their own thing. No, we teach the same way. So again, you're not going to find a better place to become conversational in Spanish. You just won't. I've searched, and when I was trying to learn Spanish, I was like, why are they not teaching what I've just been able to figure out on my own? I figured out Spanish on my own, 18 months. I studied it. I went into the rabbit hole and I figured it all out on my own. And I've thought to myself, why don't they teach it like this? This is a very simple way that I teach. It's just breaking things down, compartmentalizing it, and giving you structure. Everybody is just like a soccer ball with like a 10, 11 kids running after it, versus the other team who are structured and organized and all in their positions, and they're playing in zones and they're very organized and they're structured. Which team is going to win? The one that just chases the ball, 11 players just chase after the ball, or the other team that have a positioning, structure, organization? Obviously the team that is organized, okay? And it's the same Spanish. A lot of people are just running after that ball, 11 of them running after the ball, no real idea what they're doing, but they're playing football. The other team is playing football, but playing football in a correct way. They're playing football in a correct way, in a structured, organized way. All right. So again, that's what we do here. We give you the structure and the organization for you to succeed. All right. We help business professionals get conversational in Spanish in 90 days or less. All right. We're not promising you to be fluent in a week. Like some people, you can become fluent in Spanish in 1 week. That's nonsense. Okay. It's going to take time. It's going to take a little bit of commitment, but it doesn't need to take that long. You don't need to be a year in and still in the same place. I met somebody recently who was a year in and still in the same place. Okay. It doesn't need to be like that. So if you're serious about becoming conversational in Spanish, you can get Spanish sessions with myself and with one of our coaches at yospanishoffical, and we can personalize the Spanish and give you the game plan that you need to become conversational in Spanish, and it will take 90 days or less. Okay, if you want to practice speaking Spanish in a more chilled out kind of way, you can do so 3 times a week in a group session at yospanishroleplay.com. yospanishroleplay.com. You can have 3 sessions per week, 12 sessions per month, 2 sessions a week, New York time, 1 session a week, London time, GMT, and evening times. Those are evening times. And you can do so with one of our Your Spanish coaches, and it's in a judgment-free zone with like-minded people like yourself. You're inside of a group, so it's really boosts your confidence, and it's just a great environment to be in. So you can also get our at yourspanish.com. You can also get access to our one-time course, and you can also follow us on TikTok and Instagram at yospanishoffical, yospanishoffical on Instagram and TikTok. And if you like this video, make sure you like it, subscribe to our channel because we've got more videos like this coming. Like, comment on this video, share it with your friends, and as always, I will see you on the next video. If you don't have our ebook as well, make sure you grab that. That's free. You can get that at yourspanish.com as well. Grab yourself a free ebook, give you a lot of insights that you may not have come across already. And yes, like I said, I'll see you on the next video. Yourspanish.com. My name is Jordan Darko. Thank you for watching, and vamos pues.